Okay. What about now? What about now? Oh, man. Just turning things on and off. Rude. Oh, I heard a whisper. Okay. Yes. Damn. Damn it. Oh, my God. What did I do? What did I do? I just turned everything off and back on again multiple times. How ridiculous. Okay, so I actually did nothing. So I had a really cool intro. I had 1 million people on Reddit, but no sound. Right. Now I'm going to have to do something that's just absolutely unheard of. I'm going to have to try and start everything up again live. All right, so give me 1 sec. Oh, man. Here we go. All right. Technical dramas. All right, so I'm back. So I did this really long spiel. I told everyone what. Let me just start up Reddit. Oh, what a nightmare. Yeah, bloody hell. I'll tell you, that was just absolute pain. If you want to know true anxiety and pain, okay, jump on and start streaming. And then 10 minutes in, after doing your full spiel at the start, have people say, "We can't hear you, man." It's like, dude, I don't know what to say. It was absolute. All right, so we're back and I can be heard. All right, now I'm going to do something totally, this is like high risk now. I'm starting up intensive applications. Yeah. It's not nothing to do with I don't think it's actually user error this time. I think it might actually be bit of the sequence that I started things up. So I started things up in the wrong sequence. I hit an all-time high with my Twitch viewership as well. I had a grand total of 3 people watching, which is a record for me. Now, I'm starting up the program. So basically, the whole spiel I did at the start, including playing the song. So I'll give you the executive summary. So the very quick, the people on Reddit could actually hear it. That's the irony. So I'm here sort of saying to everyone on Reddit, come over to Twitch because you'll have a much better experience. Little did I know that Twitch had no sound, and the people on Reddit were like, "Well, it seems perfectly okay here." So I can see the people from Reddit coming back. Sorry, guys, we have like multiple technical dramas going on here. So if you are on Reddit, I've tried to do you a solid, and I've turned the screen round 90 degrees so that you you can get the full stream experience. Now, okay, there's a bit of inception going on there. All right, basically, okay, here's the executive summary. So this is called Same But Different, Home Studio Song Recreations, where each week I attempt to recreate a classic song in my home studio. Now, this is not a very special home studio. It is just within the reach of mere mortals. I am a mere mortal man. All you need is a computer, an audio interface, some sort of instrument, whether that be a guitar, a microphone, your voice via a microphone, a keyboard, something like that. Did I say computer? And possibly some headphones or something like that, or some speakers to listen to it. And then you could potentially do what I'm doing. So the digital audio workstation is what they call it, that I'm using is actually called Pro Tools, and that's this thing here. So all this is a piece of software that you can use to record different tracks into, so different instruments. So you can see here, each one of these strips, which is called a channel strip, is a different instrument. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a whole heap of different instruments. I'm going to attempt to play the different instruments, and then I'm going to mix the sounds together in an attempt to actually recreate a song. And I'm going to try and get it as close to that original song as I can. And then at the very end, I'm going to have a bit of a listen back. And I'm going to go through the whole process on how I do that. I'm going to show everyone what I do. So the song I'm going to do is called Shadowplay. Now, I actually already did a bit of a listen through before, but the listen through kind of sucked because there was no sound. Okay, so it was just a picture of me sitting there, bobbing my head, enjoying some music. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly play it again. So this is the song I'm going to do. Okay, it's called Shadowplay by Joy Division. It was released in 1979. And I'm going to bob along. I hope you can still hear it. All right? There's some weird stuff going on Twitch. I can tell you that on RPAN right now. This is the song. Joy Division. So I might skip playing the whole song because we've already listened to it once, and the people on Reddit have already listened to it once. But I'm going to attempt to recreate that song. So what I'll do, I'll just go back to my big screen little tiger, and I'm going to show you the whole process. So basically, one of the first things I do is, because I'm a very shit drummer, I'm going to actually go and download MIDI files to replicate the drums, okay? So it's kind of cheating. Trust me, you don't want to watch me bashing away on the drums. So what I'm going to do is, there is a website called Ultimate Guitar. Now, this is a website, you don't have to pay for it. I think you can join up for free. And I'm pretty sure if you do actually pay a subscription, you can get some sort of benefits or something like that. Like, you can get access to their pro music. So what it basically is, excuse me, I've got to get my chat bot cranking. What it actually is different, what's called tablature, or it's like music, okay? So basically, let me just move my bot. What it is if you want to learn how to play something, this is the place to go. So I simply am looking for my song, Joy Division, Shadowplay. Okay, so here it is. Now, what you're looking for when you're doing this, okay, is the Guitar Pro version. Okay, so what I tend to do, I go for the ones that have, so I'll say, give me all the Guitar Pro, and then I go for the ones with the most votes. Or so I think I went with, what one have I gone with in the past? So I'll go with, let's go with this, let's go with version 2, okay? Just to totally contradict myself. So here we've got the different instruments and how to play them. So you've got here the bass. This is the bass. So what these lines are, they're the strings of the bass, and the number is the fret number, so how many metal fret spaces up you go. So you don't need to be able to read music to follow this. So if you're learning guitar, or you want to learn guitar or learn how to play songs, this is what you should be looking at. Reading music can be quite challenging, and you do need to put in a lot of work to be able to read notation off the page. But hey, this is actually not too bad. You can learn this pretty quick. So every instrument's on here. So here's the guitar. Okay, there's another guitar which has got some weird stuff. I don't even know what that is. It's got the bass that I mentioned. It's got effects on here. So it's saying there's a gunshot that goes off at some point down here or something. For some reason, they've transcribed the gunshot in guitar language, which is kind of strange. Another gunshot goes off, apparently. And then we've got the drums. Now, this could sound like absolute a dog's breakfast. If it does, I apologize. But this is what it sounds like in MIDI, okay? So, pretty terrible, right? I'm hoping that mine sounds a little bit better than this. Okay, so this is what I'm interested in, the drums. Okay? So you're hearing that, and I bet you're thinking, God, this guy is going to suck. You're thinking, this guy's going to absolutely suck. But hang around, I promise you it won't suck totally, okay? I shouldn't make promises I can't keep. But, so that's the drum sound, okay? So that's not the drum sound, but that's the drum notes that I want to get. So I want to take those drum notes, and I'm going to put them into Pro Tools. So what you do is you download the Guitar Pro tab, okay? And once it's downloaded, you can open it in a program called Guitar Pro. Now, I've just got this trial version here. They give you a good 30-day trial. So I'm actually going to buy this at the end of the trial. So I'll just say I'm trying it. And then what it does is it puts it into Guitar Pro. And you can see it all here. You can see all the instruments down the bottom. It's even labeled the instruments for the different members of the band Joy Division. So you've got there Bernard Summer. He's the guitar player. By the way, Joy Division, after their lead singer unfortunately passed away, started a new band called New Order. And you probably know some of their songs, actually. They're quite a big band. But before New Order, they were Joy Division, and they were an awesome underground, they started underground. I'd say, now, Electron Myth over in Reddit, you might be able to have to help me out on this if you're still there. I'm calling them New Wave, and I'm pretty sure that's what they were like, the wave of punk sort of after the Sex Pistols. Now, I could be completely wrong. If anyone knows Joy Division, please jump in and tell me that I'm wrong if I'm wrong, because I don't want to keep calling them New Wave if they're not. But basically, you can get all the different instruments here, and then what we can actually do is go up here and say export the MIDI, okay? And then what we can do is we can save those MIDI files into a folder, and then what we're going to do is we're going to close all this down. So did you get that? We opened the file that we downloaded from Ultimate Guitar into Guitar Pro, and then we exported MIDI, okay? So then we go back over into our digital audio workstation, and we say File, Import, MIDI, okay? And what that'll actually do is I go to the place, I grab that file, I open it, and I say, create some new tracks for me, make them instrument tracks, and then keep the tempo and import the other information from the MIDI file, okay? Now, I've already done that, so I'm just cancelling there. But if I'd done okay, what it actually does is it brings in all on the file. So what I've done is I've taken that Stephen Morris MIDI file, okay? So I took that, and what I did is I've put it over this track down here. So you can see here, it just looks like a whole heap of like funny spots and stuff like that. What that actually is, they're the different notes. Sounds like someone walking through a drum room at night and falling over. Okay, so they're the different notes of the track. Now, what I've actually done is, so they're MIDI notes, and what I want to do is get those MIDI notes to trigger a drum sound. Now, this is the drum sampling software that I'm using. It's called Stephen Slate something 5. Stephen Slate Drums 5. Okay, so what you can do is you can go in here, and it gives you a whole heap of drum kits. There's all these different drum kits. They all sound a little bit different. I'm not sure what one I've even got in here at the moment, but there's each individual drum. Okay. And you heard before when I scrolled through all these notes on here on this piano keyboard, you heard them all going off. So if I do that now, see, you can see them all going off as I do it. So all I've done is someone has kindly already done the hard work and plotted out those notes on a MIDI chart. And if I go back now and just play it, if my keyboard works, here we go. Ignore that cowbell. That's something else. I'll explain the cowbell shortly as well. So that's the drums going off there. Okay? The ride cymbal's going hard. And you can actually mix it inside the Stephen Slate drums here. There we go. Sounds cool. And then you can mix all the different sounds. You've got the different kick drums, how loud the snare is. But I find with all this stuff, we don't start, hey, how you going? So if you hear me on Twitch, if you hear me randomly talking to people, it's because there's a lot of people on RPAN, and they're all my friends. So I'm making sure that they're not feeling left out, and I'm making sure I talk to them. So basically, yeah, I don't tend to get in and start mixing the sounds in the very early stages, because that's sort of something for the end. The important thing to do is to get the take down, so to actually play the bits. And then at the end, what we do is we sort of fine tune the sounds to get it as close to the record as we can. And I'm going to show you why we don't have to worry about the sounds from the start. Okay, so usually the first instrument I like to go for is the bass. Okay, so check this out though. Now, I don't know how many of you know about green screens and how they work, but I have a green bass. Okay, so this is kind of cool how this happens. I would never wear a green t-shirt when I do this, because you would see that there's a green screen. That's not a real, I don't have a different banner for every album, every song that I do. But check this out. Okay. Now, is that not the coolest thing ever? So I have my Joy Division Unknown Pleasure bass. So what I've done, I've actually got this bass plugged into my audio interface, okay? And what I've got on there, let me just get a sound going. Have I plugged it in? I haven't even plugged it in. See, I'm having all sorts of sound troubles tonight, so I'm plugging in the bass. Click, there it goes. And it sounds really bad. My expertise? I'd say my expertise is probably guitar. So I'm primarily a guitar player, but over the years I've sort of picked up a bit of bass, and I've got an electronic drum kit over there. I can't play it very well, and what I actually tend to do is download a lot of MIDI files and play along. But this is sort of, I've got my own original music that I do under the banner of Tiger Shell. You can find it on Spotify and stuff like that. And I must say, I give a shout out to the music community of Reddit. It's actually really awesome. There's a cool subreddit called Bedroom Bands, I think it is. And basically, it's a whole heap of people that jump on and collaborate together. So someone might jump on and say, hey, looking for a guitarist to record some lead guitar over my track or something like that. And someone might jump on and say, hey, yeah, man, I'm interested. And they'll send over a file, and you record some stuff and send it back, and then they'll mix it in and release it. And I've actually got a release, very cool person on Reddit that I collaborated with is actually releasing a track in 2 days. Now, I'll try and find the details of that. It's I'll find the details of it at some point if I can remember. Oh, there we go. It's by the release is under King Beaker and the Dusty Souls, and the album's called Flux. So basically, I got an awesome message from this guy saying, hey man, I really dig the songs you did. I'm releasing them in 2 days' time. I've put you down for these royalties. Not that we expect to get any money out of it, to be honest with you, but I thought it was cool. There's a really awesome music community on Reddit, I must admit. But in saying that, there's also a really cool music community on Twitch. I don't want to play favourites here. So I'm just reading these comments on Reddit here. So cool. Happy to hear what you're doing, what you love. I'll definitely check out all this out. Thank you so much. On Master Vocals. That's awesome, man. You're so welcome to be here, and I really enjoy that you're here. So basically, let's get back to what I'm doing here quickly. So the bass, I've got it plugged straight into my audio interface, and I'm actually using that's a tuner. So that's my guitar tuner there, which I should probably use actually, but there's all sorts of stuff you can do in the software realm. Okay, so you don't need to have a bass amp anymore. Bass amps are hideous things. They're so loud, and you really don't need them. But you can get all this stuff. These things are called plugins, okay? So if you ever hear anyone reference plugins, this is what they're talking about. Now, this is so cool. This is basically a bass amp inside of my computer. So I can just adjust all of this like a normal bass amp. So that's the sort of sound. Now I'm going to use a pick for this because this is a pretty straightforward bass part on this track. It's a lot of... It just keeps driving through, and I don't fancy my abilities on bass with my finger to get it nice and even. A lot of people can sort of just... A lot of cool bass players can just play with their finger like really even like that. I can do it for a little bit, but I prefer to use the pick. But the thing about this is I'm not actually recording the sound that you're hearing right now. This is what I'm actually recording, okay? Very subtle difference there, but so subtle you probably can't hear it, but there's a difference, okay? So what's happening is I'm actually recording the raw sound of this bass, and then I'm putting this over the top of that sound to create the bass sound. So the beauty of this is I can play along with whatever sound I like, and then later on, if it doesn't sound right, so when I record all the other instruments, if it doesn't sound right, I can go back later and change the sound, and it doesn't change the file, or it's non-destructive. So when we say non-destructive, it means I'm making changes to the sound, but it's not actually doing anything to the original sound file. The original sound file is still there. So it's a really cool thing, and sometimes people refer to it as reamping. So you can do this sort of thing with real guitar amps. Like you can record just the signal that comes out of the guitar, and then you can send it back through an amp and record it with a microphone. But in this day and age, these things sound so good. Why would you, when you can just do it like that? So basically, this song's got quite a straightforward bass part to it. So what I do, I'm just gonna record it. So what I'll do, just for the sake of trying to spare my computer as much processing power as I possibly can, I'm just going to turn off the tracks that I'm not actually doing anything with, because it takes up a lot of memory and stuff like that. Some of this stuff, it's quite intensive. Now this computer's a bit of an old soul. It's about 6 years old, so I don't want it dying on me. I've already had enough technical dramas tonight. So this is what it is. So I'm going to go back to this. This is the music again. So what I do is I just go to the bass. So I'm playing the bass part. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pop it over on the other screen so I can read it as I play. So I don't know this song off by heart. I'm attempting to just play it through. So the song's not a long song. Hopefully I can nail it on the first take. But if I can't nail it, I'll show you what we do to fix mistakes. It's called a punch-in. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the start here, and you'll hear this annoying clicking sound. And what that is called a click track. And the reason we have click tracks is to let us know when it starts. So all this music is perfectly aligned on a grid. So that grid's just pumping away. So I need a count in. I need it to say 1, 2, 3, 4, so I can start at exactly the right time. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to have my first attempt, all right? So you might see some really funny faces while I try to concentrate on what I'm doing here, but it's very hard for me to trigger the drums and this at the same time. So here we go. Hang on. You know what? I thought something sounded a bit weird there. You've got to, if you're playing along to this here on your computer, you've got to actually mute, because this has got a sound itself. See that? All right, so you got to mute. You got to mute it all. You got to mute all that because it's got all the really dingy sounds. So we don't want that going on. So let's go back again. Sorry about that. There's always a few false starts, but once you get in the groove, it's all good. Let me just go back again, trying to set everything up to play at the same time. So that was uber confusing for me because the drums were going inside Pro Tools and on this guitar stuff. So another false start. All right, so let's go back here. All right, I'm trying to go from one screen to the other. Just going to let it fade out there. All right, so still fading. Never cut that note off. Pro tip, because you can always fade out at the end. Just let it go. Let it go. Just tap it in. All right, so there's the bass. Okay, so if I go back now, I'm just going to keep saving as I go in case there's a epic crash. So let's have a listen. Waiting for you. All right, so we're getting there. That's the foundation now. So it gets sort of really fun to play the rest of the stuff now, because once you've got that bass line and the drums down, the rest is just fun stuff to play. So I'm going to start up my guitar track. Now, what I usually like to do, now where's, just looking for something. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to actually start up this guitar track here. Now I'm going to explain something at the very end, but it's a bit complicated for me to explain it now. So same concept as what we did before with the bass. So I've plugged my guitar in, and that's the sound I've got. So pretty crappy. Not really a sound for this song, okay? So what I actually have, so I showed you that bass simulator before, the bass amp simulator. So there's a guitar version of it, obviously. So, hey, Fiction Inbound. Fiction Inbound's come. Oh, good on you. I just got a note on Twitch saying, hey, I'm sideways on Reddit. So... so basically, so now we've got this this same software. So it's like a guitar sim software. So that's the sort of the raw sound. And if I take that off, all right. So something can. So completely different to the sound that's being recorded, okay? So this is the sound that's being recorded. Hey, who's waiting for you? So that's the sound that's being recorded. This is the sound that the plugin's doing. So there's heaps of different sounds. Now, what I usually like to do is there's this really cool website. It's called, let me just turn that off for a sec. It's called Equipboard, okay? Now, I'm going to bring it up here, and I'm going to show you. So I know the guy's name that I'm going for here. I'm going for Bernard Sumner, who's the guitarist from Joy Division. So let me just turn this off for a sec. So the good thing about this Equipboard thing is you can actually go on here and find all the different instruments and guitars and stuff that they use. Now, the reason this is interesting is if you're going for a certain sound, it helps to know what the actual original artist used, because a guitar that looks like this, so this is a Fender Stratocaster, will sound a lot different to say a Les Paul or another humbucking type guitar, which I've got one over there that you can't see, so I'm sort of just pointing over at random air. Just pointing at that random air over there. But basically, I want to know what he actually used originally. So let me just pull this down here because it's getting in my way. So what I want to know what he originally used. So he used I reckon it's maybe not this Vox guitar. I think I saw that in for the film clip for Love Will Tear Us Apart, if you want to call it a film clip. Let me just boost up my sound a little bit here. Now that I've put that microphone up there. Okay, that's a little bit better, little bit louder. Okay, so little bit louder. There we go. So I don't think he played this one on this song. I have a feeling it would have been, it might have been one of these, actually. It might have been an SG. Very hard to tell. But you know what? I've got this one. So I've got this one here. So let's see. Mine's just got a cool sunburst finish. So the guitars will make a little bit of difference, but what I'm mostly interested in is the amplifiers. Okay, so here we go. So it's got here a Vox AC30 guitar combo. Okay, so it says here there's a live performance, shows him using it. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that he used it on the album. I can see a Yamaha G100. They're a really clean amp. Let's go with, at this stage, the Vox. Okay, so let's make a decision now. We're going with the Vox. So just so happens that in this software is a Vox AC30. So I've got that set up here. So let's have a listen. Let me just go in. I'm going to have a bit of a listen to the actual track, and let's get a little bit of a comparison here and see if I can see how close I can get. Let's have a look. What do I want to do? I want to play this one. Let me just check this. Oh, it sounds like he makes a little mistake at the start there. I didn't do that. Okay, it's actually pretty close straight off the bat, to be honest with you, which is kind of cool. What I'm going to do is just, there's a lot of reverb, so that echoey sound. So let's go with that. Now I put this distortion pedal on, but I think it might be a little bit too much. But let's go with that, I reckon. That kind of sounds alright, I reckon. Now this is another cool little feature you've got here. So sometimes on these equip boards, it'll say, where did I go? Where did equip board go? There it is. So sometimes it'll say what actual microphones they've used in the studio as well. So if I go studio equipment, sometimes it'll say, oh, look at that, Apple Mac, use the Apple Mac. Sometimes it'll say what microphones they used, but, oh, here we go, microphones. It's always the tried and true microphones on here. So we've got, oh, that's interesting, a Bayer Dynamic M88. So we've got a SM57. They're the classics, those ones. They go on just about every guitar amp on every album ever made, and usually snare drums and stuff like that. They're a very famous microphone, the SM57. And this is like a condenser microphone, a Telefunken electroacoustic. So this is a Bayer M88, which is like a bass, good for bass and stuff like that. So let's have a look what we've got here. So the options we've got the good old SM57 here. So what I can do is I can adjust how far away that is from the amp. Okay, see it moving back and forward there? Ooh, ooh, ooh. So you can move it back and forward and where you want it on the speaker cone. And then for the second microphone, I've got it set as a ribbon microphone now, but what I'm actually going to do is change it to a condenser microphone similar to that Telefunken one. So it's not exactly the same. So I've got two. And as I move that around, it's probably a little bit too subtle to actually hear, to be honest with you, but trust me, it's there, okay? It's changing the sound. I can hear it quite good in my headphones. You might not get the same. And even over here, you can change that from a closed back cabinet to an open back cabinet. So if it's a closed back cabinet, you're probably going to get a little bit more bass sound. Versus. But once again, I don't have to worry too much about how it actually sounds because I can go back later and fix it later. So let's record a track. Let's do it. I should probably tune. So let's do that first. Now, I'm going to be good. Oh, no, I'm not going to be good. I'm going to be bad, actually. I was going to say I was going to mute my guitar while I tune. I was just watching a video today where they said one of the best things, the best etiquette for any guitar player is to actually mute their guitar when they tune. But you know what? With all the technical difficulties I've had tonight, I'm going to spare myself. Okay, so I'm all nice and tuned up. I'll get rid of that one. All right, so here we go. So I'm back on the... Okay, now I've got to try to... The trick with this is I'm going to try to start the music playing at the same time as my Pro Tools, because this guitar it doesn't play the whole time, so I'm not overly familiar enough with the song that I can just play it off the top of my head. So here we go, guitar take number 1. I screwed that bit up. Alrighty. So not the best take. So I'm gonna go. I have to go back and have another crack at that. So what I'm gonna do though, I want to, even if I don't have this in the final recording, I want to have a little bit more of this. That little pinging sound, that's this reverb here, so there's too much reverb on there. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. That's better. All right, let's go again. So this time I'm actually going to bring the music over so that you guys can actually see what I'm playing. So let me just, it's a big coordination thing to try to get it all happening at the same time. Okay, here we go. What? Okay, so didn't start it at the right time. Okay, here we go. So I just came to the horrible realization that I actually started all that one bar too late. So rather than go back, I'm wondering whether I can just cut. This is extremely risky, but I'm just cutting one bar back. So I swear, hang on. Okay. There's a bit of a risk that it's not at the right spot. But let me just go back and listen to the original, because I'm pretty sure that the guitar starts when the drums kick in. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I just want to mark on here when the vocal actually starts. Okay, so let me just make sure. As long as I start the vocal at the right time. Okay, so it's after one pass through, so let's just go. Let's just go there. So I reckon that's where the vocal is going to start there. If not, we'll go back to the drawing board. Let me get the lyrics, because I don't know these lyrics. So Shadowplay. All right, so I've got the lyrics up. Now, what I want to do is just very quickly fix up that guitar to get it to sound a little bit more like what Bernard sounded like. Over to reverb voice here. Let's just do a quick look at what this is going to sound like. Shadowplay, acting out your own death, knowing no more. The assassins all looking for lions, dancing on the floor. And we call to order on their bodies made of but I could only stare in disbelief as the crowds are lit. I reckon I might have stuffed up the guitar there. I reckon I've done it, the bits at the wrong time, but overall. To the center of the city where old mail's waiting for you. To the depths of the ocean where all sank searching for you. I was moving through the silence with emotion waiting for you. Let's do a quick side by side to the original, just very quickly.
Center of the city where a road's being waiting for you. To the depths of the ocean where a hope sank searching for you.
To the center of the city where old mail's waiting for you. To the depths of the ocean where all sank searching for you. I was moving through the silence with emotion. Kinda there. Alright, let's I gotta do that guitar again. I know it sucks to have to go back, but I have to go back because that guitar is not right. So let's just go back. Okay, here we go. I can hear a very steady hiss. What is that one? Oh, that's that. Okay. All right, let's go back. Let's go try to do it again. Okay. Luckily, the song doesn't go for very long, so it's sort of like it's not too painful. Let's go back. Here we go. Ah, you bugger. Wrong button. Okay, here we go. So the timing on that one was mostly right. I just missed out one little bit. Oh, good on you, Shugsy. I missed out one little part of the lead, but you know what? I'm going to live. I'm going to deal. I'm going to deal with it. And I might actually cheat later and copy and paste over the top. So let's go back to the vocal again. So I'm pretty sure I started in the right spot before. I know it is. Sean, I know who it is, dude. There's only one Shugsy I know. All right, here we go. So let's do this vocal again, okay? All right, echo voice, okay. I usually get these songs done within 2 hours. Now, this one's been pretty quick because it's not overly complicated, but given my technical difficulties at the start there, I think I'm running just on time. So here we go. Now, just make sure here. Let's go back. I need that, and I need that. Okay, so... Alrighty, I might have to go and have a listen to this original one.
In the Shadowplay, acting out your own death, knowing no more. There's the assassin's old group, 10-4 lines dancing on the floor.
Okay.
And with cold steel odor on their bodies, made a move to command.
Alright, I'm going to show you a cool little trick. Hang on. First, I'm going to get rid of all that. So, I wasn't all the timing of everything there. I've sort of balls things up a little bit, and I've accidentally started at the wrong times. But what I can do is I can actually go back now and remember how I originally imported all the MIDI tracks of everything. So I can see the lyrics here. So I can see that I've actually started the lyrics too early there. Okay, so they were meant to start back here. Right, so if I go like that, hang on. If I go like this, boom. I've just brought those lyrics back in line with, supposedly. Okay, so I can start lining up now. So these are the waveforms of my actual playing, and these are the MIDI notes of the guitar. So I'm going to find out where I made the mistake. So that all looks pretty legit. I can see that's all lined up there. What else is going on? Let's have a look. If I come over here, yeah, that all looks good. Looks good. Yep. I'm playing when they're playing. All right. Well, looks like I did okay. That's weird because I swear I made some mistakes in there somewhere. Anyway, but here probably at the end here I'm not playing it the same. It's close enough. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this Ian Curtis track here, so I know when all the lyrics start up and stuff like that. So see, I made a mistake here. I didn't start that one at the right time. Looks like he stopped singing like right back here. And I just kept ploughing on. So, yeah, I'm going to go back. I'll do it again. And this time I'm going to use the guide track that I downloaded before to try to nail it and get it right, okay? Boom. All right, let me just mute that microphone. And over in Reddit, I need to do something as well. I'll mute that one because you guys aren't getting the ultimate sound experience over there. But there's more of you watching on Reddit than there are on Twitch, so I should be looking after you guys a little bit more. Okay, here we go. Here we go for a bit of Ian. So watch. You need to see that these waves, so these vocal lines need to start. I'll hide old Bernie there. So when Ian starts singing here, this is where I need to start. So let's go from the start here. the end. Apparently. So let me just get rid of that last bit. So that's it now. So basically, it's a pretty straightforward song. It's drums, guitar, bass, and a vocal track. So now the trick is to try to get it to sort of sound like the original. Now, the original's got a bit of a lo-fi kind of sound, I reckon. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play through some of the drums to see if I can find a...
Center of the city where old clothes man's waiting for you. To the depths of the ocean where all hope's hang searching for you. I was moving through the silence without motion, waiting for you. In a room with a window in the corner, I found truth. In the Shadowplay, acting out your own death, knowing no more. I see assassins all grouped in 4 lines, dancing on the floor. And with cold still water on their bodies, moving to the edge. But I could only stare in disbelief as the crowds all left. I did everything I wanted to. Let them use you for their own ends. To the center of the city in the night, waiting for you. To the center of the city in the night, waiting for you.
Alrighty, I reckon I'm nearly there. Close enough anyway, close enough. Let's have another listen. Let's just get rid of that music. I don't need that anymore. Let's have a listen. Okay, so let's go back, see if I'm missing a thing. I think I need to change the snare drum sound a little bit. I think it needs to be a little bit fatter. Okay, so oh, that's too snappy. So I'm going to go find... Now, I don't know where I keep them. Now that's interesting. I don't actually know how to. Don't actually know how to change it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so is that? I wonder how I actually change the drum. I've never actually changed a drum before on here. Let's go. Classic radio rocker. Let's see that kick sound. Probably a bit snappy, like it's a little bit hi-fi, this thing. So I'm going to go for I'm going to go vintage, because I think the vintage category is more likely to have what I'm looking for. Let's just flick through some of these. Let's go classic vintage, okay? Nah. Ooh, getting there. Waiting for you. Now, let's see if I can change that snare sound a little bit. I wish I could change the actual drum. I'm sure you can. I just don't know how to actually do it. There's got to be a way. Maybe I should do my research before I try to do this live. There's got to be a way I can change this drum sound. I'm not. You know what I'm going to do? Just going to tune it down. That's getting there. Let's have a listen. I'll try and match the sound to the. Now, I notice there's a lot of reverb sound on the drum, so let's try and get that as. Okay, so there's different. Got the kick drum. I'll turn the room sound down on the kick because we don't want the kick. That's better. We want the room sound really loud on this one. Oh no, that's panning. What am I doing? Okay, it's this one. I wonder if I could add. Pity I can't add reverb. I'm sure I might have to go do some research on this one because I swear there'd be a way you could actually add some reverb sound, but. Sounds like I've actually got what I want there. I wonder about these gunshots. There's these sounds there. I don't have a gunshot. I'd have to go find one. But what's this? Okay, let's see. Just out of pure curiosity. Dare I do this? Okay, let's have a look. Let's go. I'm going to try to find a gunshot sound. Could completely derail me here, but I'm going to start a new instrument. And there's a cool sort of MIDI thing called Reason. So I'm going to jump on this Reason program. And I've got one of these things. Okay, so this is like a trigger pad. Okay, so I can trigger sound. So let me think. What would I want? I'd want some kind of sampler. Now I'm going to try this one. You know what? I'll do this one. Okay, because I think that might have a pad with the certain sounds on it. So let's go down here. Put that. Okay, so there's all the different sounds. So I'm just using this thing. That was really bad. Let's have a look what sounds I can get. So usually there's some kind of like sounds or sound effects. Okay, noises and effects, blank. Awesome. Great start. Okay, let's have a look. So Reason sounds, FX. Now, what was it? Gunshot. There's got to be gunshot in here. Glitch, no. Oh, dude, this is like scary. It could be anything in here. Run, it's the cops. SFX, sound effects, shot. What happens if I... Oh. Okay. Wow. Pretty hardcore. Probably not what we're looking for. Let's see, what else we got? Take him down. Terminated. I wonder what terminated is. Dare we have a look? Cool sound, but not quite what we want. If only it was just so simple as just saying gunshot. Yeah, I might give up in a sec. Sometimes these kits on here have some experimental Kong. Let's have a look. Experimental. Okay, that's... Maybe we'll use that one. Just for the sake of simplicity. So, what we can do is find the spot where this supposed thing happens, which is... Reddit went dark on me. Hang on. Reddit, I apologise. I must apologise, Reddit. You've had no sound for a while there. So sorry. I'm trying to manage two streams going at the same time. So I'm trying to find this sound. It's supposed to sound like a shot. That's as close as I get, I reckon. Now, if I bring the pitch of that right down. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to do it. Okay. So apparently that happens around here somewhere. So let's go and have a look here. I just want to make that a bit bigger. So here apparently is a gunshot. So if I make that extreme, I turn this, I want to see the notes. Now what I'm going to actually got to try to find now is which key triggers that drum shot. So let's just go here. It's not that one. There it is. Let's do two. All right, so let's have a listen. What does that sound like? It sounded like an absolute weak, tiny little stick tap. Didn't quite have the same effect that I wanted. Let's try to get that to sound bigger. I'm desperate here. Let's give it lots of reverb. Oh, that's kind of getting better. All right. Okay. Wasn't a total failure. Let's make the note longer. Not that that'll have any effect really, but oh yeah, nice. Now is that what we're actually? Let's have a listen if that's what's on here. Oh, yeah, okay. It is kind of like that. All right. Let's have a listen. And it does it again there, so let's copy that. And it does it there apparently. Let's copy it there. Apparently it does it there. And that's pretty much, oh no, does it here. And it does it here. Oops. And it does it here. I think. We'll see. Makes all right. So now I reckon if on the recording so I reckon the kick drum's loud. The snare's really loud, so I want to sort of let's get it closer, as close as I can. And what I'm going to do is I noticed on the guitar, there's like a little bit of a phasing effect here. Very, very slight. So I'm going to try to find something in there. It's very slight though. I don't want to overdo it. Let's go back. Where are you? Where are you, guitar? Here we are. So I want to put a little bit of phasing, I think it is, like, or flanging or something like that on there. So let's add a effect, and let's go modulation, it's called. That's the type of effect we're looking for. Now, what would it have been? What's it most like? Oh, probably not that, but let's see what this sounds like. This can be quite a ferocious effect, this one. Let's bring the intensity down.
To the center of the city where all crosspaths waiting for you. To the depths of the ocean where all hopes and searching for you. I was moving through the silence without motion, waiting for you. In a room with a window in the corner, I found true.
All right, I just want to answer a quick question that someone's asked on Reddit. So this Mud 8879 would like to know, are they organic drums or samples? So they're technically samples, so I haven't recorded the drum tracks, but they are sampled from a pretty well microphoned drum kit, I guess you'd call it. So when they made the samples, they went into a studio and they actually recorded the kit. And when they had a drummer, a professional drummer, come in and play really good on a MIDI drum kit sort of thing, and he would start really light and then get heavier and heavier, and then they mapped all the what's called velocity. So they mapped how hard the drummer was hitting, and then they assigned an appropriate sound to that. So this Mud 8879, this Mud has actually commented to say that he thinks they think the drums sound really nice, and that's the advantage with this this software now. It's getting to the point where you don't even need real drums. Like, sorry to any drummers out there, but these drums turn up on time with all their instruments, with all their sticks. They don't spend hours setting up and repositioning drums and playing extremely loud when you're trying to set up for everything, and you turn around. You don't have to turn around and say, dude, can you just stop playing for a second while we just get these sounds? So the beauty of this is you can just go in here and just say, I want to groove. And there's heaps of them. So you can just say whatever style you want, and then you can just go and find these. And so you can go and find all the different drum loops that a professional drummer has recorded, and you can use them in your songs, and it's all completely royalty free. So you don't have to, once you've paid for it, you're quite free to use them in your songs. So I reckon we're at the point where we do the good old listen through. If you're watching on Reddit, I want to thank you for joining me on Reddit. The Reddit's the place where I sort of started with all this sort of stuff, but I've moved over to Twitch just because there's a lot of features on Twitch that I can use that are quite cool. So if you are actually watching on Reddit and you do have a Twitch account, it would mean so much to me if you could give me a follow on Twitch and come and join me another time, especially if you want to get involved. I talk to everyone, so if you ask a question and you want to know something, I'll be talking with you, okay, because that's what makes this. So if you are watching on Reddit, pop a follow on, so hit my little icon, wherever it is. I don't know, I'm pointing in random spots, but just pop a like on there, not a like, a follow. You can like it if you want, but give us a follow, and then come and hang out one night when we do our other streams as well, because we really enjoy the contribution from the Reddit guys. So what I like to do at the very end is have a bit of a listen through and see how close I got, really. So I'm not going to play the original again because I think we've heard that a million times. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all distractions away. I'm going to try my hardest to not muck around with the mix and stuff like that. I might have a little bit of a play here and there with it. So let's go back and have a listen. So this one is Shadowplay by Joy Division, originally released in 1979 and recreated by Tiger Shell as part of Same But Different home studio recreations. So let's have a listen.
Shadowplay, acting out your own death, knowing no more. I see assassins all grouped in 4 lines, dancing on the floor. And with cold steel order, all their bodies move to connect. But I could only stare in disbelief as the crowds all left. Everything I wanted to, let them use you with their own hands. To the center of the city in the night, waiting for you. To the center of the city in the night, waiting for you.
Alrighty. So I think those gunshots at the end, they were super cheese. They were super duper cheese. But overall, I was actually pretty happy with that one. So I'm going to notch that one down as another success, unless anyone thinks otherwise. You know, if you think I totally missed the mark, then maybe let me know. But I feel like that went okay, so I was pretty happy with that. Now, if you enjoyed this and you like to see more, go to the Tiger Shell Discord. So jump onto Discord. You can find it via, I think I've linked my Discord to my Reddit account, and I've definitely linked it to my Twitch. So the Twitch is Twitch TV/Tiger Shell Music, all one word. And if you go there and jump on my Discord, I've actually got a section there where you can ask for a song to be recreated. And what I'll do is I'll go through them and see what I've got. I've got a few cool requests. I've got, where did I write them down? I've got Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers with Breakdown. That's one suggestion I've had. I've had Screaming Trees, Nearly Lost You. I've had Stone Temple Pilots, Interstate Love Song. Sex Pistols, Bodies. So there's a few cool songs racking up. So because it's fairly new, if you jump on early and get in there, you can get your song done hopefully pretty quick. So jump on, give a like. We also stream Tuesday nights, me and Buck, a friend of mine, Buck, who comes on and plays bass, and we do like a bit of a request fest scenario where you can just jump on and request songs, and we'll try to crank them out. And we watch videos and stuff like that, and we have a bit of a chat just about all things music and all that kind of thing. So we're not doing it this Tuesday night. We're having this Tuesday night off. But every Tuesday after that, you can catch us on Twitch and on Reddit, depending on whatever technical hurdles happen to come along. Tonight's technical hurdle being the greatest I've ever experienced, which was basically no sound on a music stream. So, but we got there in the end. So, like I said, if you've enjoyed this and you'd like to see more, give us a follow if you're on Reddit. Give us a follow if you're on Twitch, and set your notifications, and hopefully you'll get a buzz when we're ready to go. It's this time every week, and like I said, Tuesday nights as well. So thanks a lot. If you are interested in seeing clips of tonight's song, so if you want to see the finished product again, jump on Twitch and I'll put a highlight clip on there for you to watch. You can check out the other clips. I've got Come As You Are by Nirvana on there. I've got Pearl Jam Black, which actually turned out quite good, I thought. So jump on and check out the stuff. Have I missed anything? No, I don't think I've missed anything. If you want to message me, send me a message, ask any technical questions. If you want to know what sort of interface you should get, how I do this, how I set all this stuff up. If you want to jump on RPAN and stream, shoot me a private message. I'm on Reddit all the time and I love talking to people. You can do this too if you want to do it. It's not that hard. So I'll see you all next time I'm looking at you. And yeah, have a good night. And to all the dads in Australia, happy Father's Day. All right, so catch you later.